live. Hello and welcome and hello. This is Toto Spotfest. I am JJ. That is Jamie. Right there we have Austin Reddick. I have no idea what happened last week. We were all participating in Devil's Night stuff. We watched The Crow. We were hanging out. We forgot about the podcast. And apparently some Ghosts of Wrestling Past showed. I don't even know what's going on. But it's great to be back with you guys here again. We want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining in with us this week as we catch up post spooky season. No more spooky season, Jamie. Are you doing okay? You all right there, man?
No, there's only 364 more days till hockey tryouts. That's all I know. Big Rob, what's up, bud?
What's up, Rob? Oh, man. Did you guys have a good Halloween, though?
I mean, excellent one.
I know you and the wife just like ate your own candy and watched TV. So,
yeah. I'm trying to remember what we watched.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
No, it wasn't even like a horror.
a horror guy. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's right. We started watching the old Batman movies, like that started with the Michael Keaton one.
You mean the good ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love all four of those.
Really?
Michael Keaton, I'm in. I'm a Keaton guy. Gung Ho, Mr. Mom.
I think Batman Forever is the best of the four.
Okay. Well, it was nice having you on the show. It was nice having you on the show there, Austin. We appreciated your time with us. It's a shame this is your last podcast. As a man with a Batman tattoo, a slew of Batman paraphernalia above his head here. Just
is it because it had Jim Carrey in it?
No, it's because it was fun.
Val Kilmer was not a bad Batman. All right,
no, so Batman Forever is okay.
Jim Carrey are overacting their asses off in the movie, and it like becomes a bit about halfway through. Yeah. Like I enjoy it for what it is.
Here's the thing:
enjoyable as shit.
I actually really did like Val Kilmer as Batman. Okay. I didn't think that movie was the shit. That movie is not like Batman and Robin. Okay, so let's.
I love that one too.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hold on. We did get, and I still say this to this day because of that damn movie. I say holy rusted metal Batman. Like I say that all the time, and that's in Batman Forever when they get onto Enigma's thing. And
it's a throwback to this. What'd you say? Did you never watch the original '60s? That's a throwback to Adam West.
I 100% know that's what it's from, but it's because of that movie. Like, dude, I'm not Batman illiterate.
I hear you.
But that's why I like Forever and Batman and Robin, because the 1960s series was absolutely absurd. It was ridiculous.
You're not wrong.
You're
not wrong.
So well.
Well, they tapped into a bit. Just I don't know, but they also tried to make it like if you're gonna go full out, right, and they went to it, but they still tried to stay in the same realm as the other three. See, Val Kilmer and Batman Forever was just a not quite as good version of the Michael Keaton Batman, right? It was just a little bit. Val Kilmer, I thought was a good Batman. I think that, there's a little more cartoony, but it wasn't over the top. I actually really liked the introduction of Chris O'Donnell in the way they did that. But come on, Batman Forever, they're still trying to keep in the same world, right?
But here's the thing about that specifically. I don't look at them as sequels of each other. They're all loosely in the same universe, but it's just like when you're reading comic books, a new artist takes over a run every once in a while, and it's still the same character, still more or less the same stuff, but stuff slightly different. So I didn't mind them switching it up across the four.
Well, and I appreciate your opinion. Your opinions are your opinions. You can have them, even if they're wrong. Much like Jamie is very vehement about some of his horror movie follow-ups, I am very particular about my Batman movie.
Here's the other thing too. I was 7 when Batman Forever came out.
I was
the perfect age to be stuck.
I was a teenager.
Movie. Yeah, we were in high school when it came out.
Jamie. And that's the one that had. If I correct me if I'm wrong, that's the one that had "Kiss Me, Kill Me, Thrill Me," whatever. You
touch me. Yep.
Touch me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Touch me, kiss me, kill me, thrill me.
That's the best part of the movie. It's like the song sounds so awkward at the end of the movie when they cut to that.
It's so bad. But I'm sorry. And the quintessential proof behind my pudding of that is when Batman goes to pay for the Batman credit card that says Batman on it. It's like, what?
It's great.
What?
It's a gag.
The bank of... I know it's a gag. It's bad. Bad.
Yeah.
I see, I'm all worked up, man.
We're gonna get to Dynamite and be like, how's Dynamite? Yeah, it was fine, whatever. So Batman and Robin, like this is pretty cool, right?
Dissertation on the drop it. Yes, dissertation on. I actually got into an internet argument with somebody on Twitch about who they said Batman and Robin was better than Dark Knight Rises, and I'm like, no.
Oh, the third of the Nolan. Yeah, that was pretty shitty though.
Of the Nolan movies, it's the least of the three. There are some very good parts of it, including one of my favorite lines in all of cinema. Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
Of this?
You think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. Oh, so it's such a good line.
First time I saw it in theaters, I was like, that was super rad. And then I watched it again and was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, it doesn't hold up, kind of like Mark Davis writing it out. Like, it's just like, oh, okay.
There's well, Mark Davis. He's slowly getting more clothes. Anyway, for those of you watching, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If it's your first time here, please hit the like and subscribe button. Come back and join us again. We do this every Wednesday. Approximately half
our listeners because we want a Batman tirade.
Hey,
everyone loves Batman.
Watch us go.
Everyone's got an opinion on Batman.
That is accurate.
People that hate DC love Batman.
Because he's Batman.
It's Batman.
Batman I'm a Marvel nerd, and I prefer. Batman's my guy.
Yeah,
it's dark, mysterious, billionaire. I mean, yeah, and really smart.
World's greatest detective. World's greatest detective. All right, boys. So for those of you who missed it last week, we did talk about. Go back and watch our show. It was actually a lot of fun. Jamie did put a question in chat. So those of you who are in chat, please answer that question. We're throwing out some ideas. We've already been bombarded. It's been a week, and we've already, Austin and I have been bombarded with several different options for next year's costumes.
We should all go as different Batmans next year.
I was a Batman last year. Okay, so
yes, you were. You were a Batman last year.
Because I was like,
great. Hey, I called the nipple variant. You
the nipple variant? Okay, very good. Okay. I'll come in like super obscure Batman. One of the ones you guys like.
I was going to do the Adam West Batman.
Well, that's an idea. We want to hear from you guys. Put it in chat. If you're watching us on the replay, hit us up in the comments down below. If you're listening to us, hit us up on Twitter at Total Spotfest.
The rules are, this is the only rules. There are no rules. Okay, just tell us what you want us to dress up as. I mean, okay, so there are a couple things that are a little taboo and they'll be off. Like you can't make us culturally appropriate anybody.
Yeah, but if it would get us canceled, don't bother suggesting it, please.
Yeah, but like if you want us to dress up as certain wrestlers or like tag team duo, like maybe we dress up as the Fabulous Freebirds or something like that. Like just throwing that one out there. Legion of Doom. I think we know somebody who's got some extra shoulder pads. Whatever. We got ideas, but when we hear from you,
the group includes bald guys
and bearded people, because I would like very much not to wear a mask one of these years.
You could go as unmasked.
Talk like this for another fucking. It's like every is.
Yeah, you guys could do the Basham Brothers gimmick. Yeah.
I mean, we could do. Hear me out, boys. Axe, smash, crush.
That'd be rad.
I only wear that leather for my wife on her anniversary. I don't know about all that.
This is your day though. This is Halloween. Your wife can get over
I know. I know.
Although I think the mask is in her size, not yours. So okay, moving right along.
100% accurate.
More local wrestling coming up. We made a hint last week about stuff with CSW. We're gonna have some more news on that in the upcoming weeks here. But it is December 14th. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jamie, but December 14th is the next CSW show. That's the next local wrestling show here in Kansas City.
That's great. The Four Norsemen.
That's solid, Big Rob.
The Four Norsemen, yes.
Woo! I don't hate that at all. Actually, okay, we're going to talk more about that. Put a pencil on that one, Jamie. But that's the next local wrestling show in Kansas City. There is an AEW show before that here in Kansas City on the 11th. Oh my God, it's the same week. That week's going to be a lot of wrestling, Jamie. Holy shit, I just thought of that.
The Sprint Center sucks, by the way, but whatever. Or whatever it's called, the T-Mobile Center sucks.
Yeah, we're still working on that whole bit. But the 11th, Dynamite's in town here. And there is other stuff going on. I know that next Friday is a GCW show in St. Louis. But yeah, all sorts of great wrestling here. There's no more Triple L shows before end of the year, right, Austin?
There's one more Triple L show. It is
the Thanksgiving. The
Thanksgiving
Eve show, which is their biggest show of the year. Yeah.
Yes, I'll be wrestling Dulce Tormenta.
Ooh.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good
time. All right.
Do you think we can get her in Kansas City?
Probably. Talk to Chase.
Well, you're gonna be there. Maybe you should put a word in. Put a nudge.
I don't know her personally. The wife knows her fairly well.
There we go.
Oh, really?
Well, we'll have to
I'll tell her to tell Chase to bring her in.
Hell yeah, Big Rob. That's what I'm talking about. You have to meet up with us. We're still figuring things out. Let's put it that way. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta bring my whole entire clan. So, all 6 of us. And maybe her boyfriend. I don't know.
You should totally bring him. I would love to haze his ass. I mean, I would love to meet his ass.
Well, he's going to St. Louis, so there's that.
Right. I'll talk more about that because I think I may be able to go. Anyway, we'll talk more about that offline. But okay, so wrestling coming up here. Keep an eye out as well too. But there was wrestling over the weekend. Apparently, I totally forgot about. Crown Jewel happened, and did you boys happen to catch Crown Jewel?
I caught most of it.
All right, well, you fill me in because was it worth the watch?
If you had nothing better to do on a Saturday, perfectly fine. I missed the beginning because we were grocery shopping, so it wasn't more important than buying food. So yeah, I missed the triple threat. The trios match with the Bloodline versus the Bloodline. Went about as you would expect, apparently.
Yeah.
It was a terrible match. Like, I'm sorry.
Was it?
It was just not good.
I'm glad I missed it then.
Yeah, you didn't miss much.
My whole problem with that whole Bloodline, like, nobody takes Solo seriously, and I like Solo. Like, I think he could be taken seriously, but you spent like all of last year just having him lose constantly. And then he picked up a necklace and he became just like a top guy somehow, I guess.
Well, it's like Dominic Mysterio kind of had to go through the shits to become the kind of like top heel he is, right? And they didn't like, instead of following the same path with Solo, they're like, no, just put him on the top. Fuck it.
Yeah, they Jinder Mahal'd him. Like when Jinder Mahal went from jobbing all the time to being the world champ in 6 weeks.
It's like, bam.
They were just like, no, we need this for a story. I guess you're just OP'd now.
You're it.
You got some of his powers from losing to John Cena, I guess, is how that works. But yeah, I'm glad I missed that then if it wasn't good. The triple threat match for the US title was phenomenal.
Yes, it was.
That finish was dope too, like the double blunt force trauma.
Ooh.
By far match of the night. Hands down. The women's matches actually are pretty decent too, I'll have to say.
I did see that Io is the Grand Slam champion or whatever, or the Crown Jewel champion. Oh no, she's number one contender now, basically, right?
Yeah, well, that was on Monday Night Raw because they taped it in Saudi, which I thought was a nice touch. They've never done that before.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, but no, like that triple threat was amazing. Honestly, like Gunther and Cody was what I expected, though. To be honest, like you knew it was gonna be good, like, but it didn't wow me. Does that make sense?
It was going to be good, but not as good as you hope
well,
it
that
could
triple
be.
threat ruined everything. I swear.
Well, no, I think the problem with Cody and Gunther is you knew Cody was going to win.
Yeah. He's
And
John Cena.
Yeah.
Well, but they're also.
It was weird because it's a spot where he should have lost. Like he wouldn't have lost anything, and Gunther would have looked even more credible for winning there.
See, to me, it feels like something that they build longer term. They've done such a long, slow build with Gunther, which
that's Cody. Cody Cena.
That was his attempt at a neck tattoo, ladies and gentlemen. That's what that was. They did such a long, slow build with Gunther and it ended up working out. And to me, I don't know. I felt like Gunther versus Cody is something you want to have at a Mania, maybe next year, right? Not this upcoming Mania, but the Mania after, right? So, you know how WWE is, they plant the seeds and then they're going to come back to it every 6 months until it gets that's what I feel, but I could be wrong. Who knows?
I did really like the KO and Randy Orton match, if you want to call it that. Just
the no contest
the shit out of each other. Like, yeah. That was solid.
It never was.
I enjoyed that.
Well,
but yeah, that was Crown Jewel in a nutshell.
More Crown Jewel. Well, their next up is Survivor Series. So,
yeah.
I really hope they do a traditional 4-on-4 elimination match. I know they're going to do War Games, but like, give us a traditional Survivor Series match too. Bring it back.
I mean, personally, I would like to see them do a War Games match and then have everything else be traditional Survivor Series matches.
Yeah.
Which
and then bring back World War III.
Which I'm gonna put a pin. Oh, there's a cut for you guys. I'll put a pin in that comment. By the way, we're gonna pull that out in just a little bit. Well, let's talk about Dynamite, huh?
It was a show.
I enjoyed the hell out of tonight's Dynamite. Not gonna lie.
I again. Let's go on the path of storytelling, ladies and gentlemen, because they don't like to say that they're not storytellers. I mean, ask Jake Hager. That's all I'm going to get into on that. But yeah, if you have been on the X and you've seen his diabolical rant, that's something. But two, this show is all about storytelling, story, and subtle little things like I'm just gonna call this one out right from the beginning. Mina Shirakawa's coming, gentlemen, next week. And if you noticed, have to scream with black and white. Like just the little subtlety right there. That just that little nuance. There's a lot of little stuff going on tonight. At least that's what I felt like, gentlemen.
Yeah, like AEW just kind of hit its stride where it's like worth tuning in for the 2 hours every Wednesday night. They're pushing stories along. You're getting some dope-ass wrestling in between. Like, what's not to like?
I think the wrestling's tying into stories very well, too, right? And they're not just putting matches out there to put matches out there. I do really appreciate some of the forethought they're doing now, right? Accusations, that's a bad word, okay? But some of the rub on Tony and his booking has been bunched together last second. Wrestlers don't like it. So he's planning shows ahead of time, match-wise. Thank you for that, right? Because you look forward to stuff, but you still get some surprises. So I am all good with that. I do want to say real fast a quick congratulations to Mr. Cool Hand Ange and Ruby Soho. Hey, Ruby, have a beautiful little baby girl this past week. So congratulations.
Do we know the name of the baby girl yet?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
Anybody does, can you tweet it at us or put it in the comments after you like and subscribe?
I feel like they might have tweeted it out like a while back when they tweeted it was going to be a girl or Instagrammed it or something, but I don't remember what it was.
I think it might be, but I don't. I have no idea. So anyway, well, I was going to say congratulations there. Eevee is what Big Rob says.
Oh, like the Pokemon.
Sure. I don't do Pokemon, so.
Yes.
I just like that pop, Jamie.
I don't do Pokemon, but I have Pokemon cards. It's a long story. I'll get to it later.
I play Pokemon Go. So that's that's legit the only reason I know anything about any kind of Pokemon. And a Pikachu, because obviously everybody knows about Pikachu.
So when that game came out, I'm sorry, we'll get back to Dynamite in a second, guys. When that game came out, Austin, me and Jamie, we worked at several companies together. So that was the previous company we worked at, right? There was a park literally across the street from our office. And there was a lot of freaking Pokemon in that park because Jamie and about 25 others would be out there just walking in like random ass circles like this on their lunch break and stuff throughout the day. It's hilarious.
Hey, you get some exercise.
Yeah, you step in.
Catch a Jigglypuff. You know, I mean, that's what my wife did. My wife caught Jigglypuff. It's all good.
Oh!
Pokemon's like Batman Forever. I was like 8 years old when it came out, so that was my thing when I was a kid.
See, there you go.
Yeah, it blew past it. But like I said, I
have Pokemon on an emulator. I have to play it though. I've never even tried it.
I actually have Pokemon cards. They're Korean Pokemon cards too. I got these as like rewards from this Twitch streamer friend of mine. I'm like, I don't care. I don't know Pokemon. Send me something cool. That's pretty cool though. Look, it's like a snake thing. It's holographic.
Pretty rad.
It's pretty rad.
All right, so Dynamite.
You know what's also pretty rad?
Wrestling.
And there's lots of good stuff that came up on the show. So, God, where do you guys want to start? Because there's just a lot of goodness that happened.
Let's start with the first segment.
Yeah, let's start from the top.
We don't have to go straight chronological, but I do want to start with the first segment for sure.
All right. Well, then how about you take it then?
Let's go. So, show opens up with a seemingly familiar-ish music in Tritantron, and it's the official unveiling, not really, but the official unveiling of the Hurt Syndicate. And they looked good. Black and gold with the gold thing, just like their original like Hurt Business intro was. It was very poetically mirrored. It looked great. Come in the ring, immediately tell Tony Schiavone to piss off. And MJF, for anybody that gives MJF any flack, there's certain reasons I can understand that, but you can't say it for the man's mic skills because he's always had it. And my God, he was on fire tonight. Crowd was
MVP?
Yeah.
MVP.
Okay, you said MJF, and I was like, did we just jump to another segment?
Oh, sorry. Acronyms. Too many acronyms. MVP. Thank you. And then, of course, introduces them and then, talks about, this is what happens if you get one of these business cards, it's an honor and a privilege that we're thinking, but if you reject it, this is what happens. They show the whole Swerve thing. Swerve comes out, challenges Bobby. Bobby and Swerve at Full Gear. But the official unveiling of the Hurt Syndicate, I liked it. I thought I got very good pop, right? I thought the crowd was very amped for it. New Hampshire was a weird crowd. I'll talk more about that later. But what did you guys think about the official unveiling of the Hurt Syndicate?
I thought this was great. I really like that they made sure to mention that they're there to push some of the younger talent, which is the exact same thing the former BCC, now I believe the Death Riders, are saying they're doing. So that gives you a reason why they might not run into each other for a while or at all. They're kind of on the same team, they're just not working together. So that was cool, and we'll get to this throughout the night, but they've got a lot of stories going on that are involving multiple people and aren't just one guy hates another guy.
Yes. Yeah.
And it makes it all seem like a connected show in a way it hasn't in quite some time.
Yeah, no, I loved that this happened. I mean, obviously everybody knew it was coming, especially after last Wednesday, but it was just that cherry on top. You know what I mean? This segment was very well done. But the big piece for me, of course, you got Swerve, and you got to match a full year, gentlemen.
Yeah, a Bobby Lashley Swerve Strickland match. Woo.
Yeah, I think Swerve's the perfect opponent for Bobby's first AEW match too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, who better at that level to be able to eat a loss than Swerve? Because Swerve can eat it and be fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially it's Bobby Lashley. Like,
it's Bobby. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing AEW treat Bobby Lashley like WWE treated Brock Lesnar for the longest time.
I was just gonna say Brock Lesnar treatment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, not to the same extent because it got old after a while, but to a similar
Royal Rumble
direction. Yeah. Like, he should be an obstacle that it's hard to beat.
You can do that for like 6 months here. You can have a nice little sort of like, just an unbeatable, force, right?
That's what he is, though. Like, it legit. Like, if you, so I'm just gonna put it out there. If Bobby Lashley was pissed off at me, I would literally piss myself. That dude is scary big, like scary.
His neck is bigger than your arm.
And fun fact, he see me play football. Just fun fact.
Really?
Yeah, he went to Missouri Valley. He was a wrestler at Missouri Valley before he transferred.
Oh.
And I played against Missouri Valley at Mid-American Nazarene University, home of the Pioneers. Terrible name, but whatevs.
Whatevs.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's scary.
Small
he's
world.
scary.
Yeah, that man's all neck. So, all right, there's another Hurt Locker piece later on, and you want to tie it in now? Or you want to wait?
Hurt Locker, come on now. Hurt Syndicate.
Hey, I started a new job this week. And I'm a little loopy. I'm getting adjusted to this like wake up at 7 a.m. work, go somewhere else and work all day thing. I haven't done that for a few months. It's a little bit off. It's like, whoa, this is what real life is. So I'm a little loopy. So
you get called somebody Jake Gyllenhaal now?
More than likely. I probably will. I'll probably go to Brokeback Mountain somebody. Fuck, I don't know.
I can't quit you.
No. There's another Hurt Syndicate piece. Since I'm already going, I'm just gonna because it was an in passing. It was an in passing bit, but there's a reason I want to bring it up because when we talked about this before Lashley came, who was going to be their fourth? Who was going to be their Apollo Crews? Right? Who are they going to add? Are they going to add another person? Right? And I kept vying for a certain individual. Well. Before his match later on in the night, they did a little backstage promo with Ricochet wearing a very nice suit. Not a black, like a gray tweed suit, but a very nice suit. When here comes MVP and Bobby Lashley. And Ricochet and Lashley, they exchanged pleasantries, which means that Ricochet spoke, which I love that. Bobby Lashley has been here as positioned as a prominent figure and hasn't said a single word. It's a rarity in this day and age that actually comes across as done well. Okay. But sure enough, they're talking to him and they're like, I'm just going to, he goes, and they left it on as as he was walking away. Ricochet just goes, just watch me. And they go, oh, we will. We are. Telling you, man. The play is Ricochet.
I don't think so. I think it's so obvious it won't be. You know how bad I want to see Will Hobbs in there?
I know, but you have Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. And if you have Will Hobbs?
Nah, I don't think Hobbs needs to be in there. Like, we've done Hobbs in the heel faction or with the heel manager too many times. If Will Hobbs is going to be someone for you, like, it's time to make him someone for you. And he needs to be like the babyface fighting all these dudes.
What's up, Chase? I
don't know. One step further, Hobbs should be the one that beats Lashley.
Yeah, I think Hobbs got, and we'll talk about when we get to him, but Hobbs is getting good pop by himself, right? I think you keep him as that. You run him as a face. You can run him in, like, face circles, right?
Yeah. So
But
then,
basically by himself.
the play isn't Prince Puma, because he did show up as Prince Puma in Japan, by the way, which
I heard,
popped me hard.
I
like,
know I would have, because Jamie loves him some Prince Puma. It's good.
Yo,
it's
Ricochet
really good.
is a great Ricochet.
I like this though. I like the thought. I think this having Ricochet in a suit in the backstage is the biggest giveaway hint that this is the easiest call to make.
That's why it's not going to happen, bro.
That's why everybody's like, "Oh, it's so obviously it can't happen," and then it does happen, and then they're, I can't.
It's okay if it's obvious if it's going to be good, which I think this would be.
Well, you're not wrong, but I just want something different.
Okay? You don't know what you want.
Rob gets it over in chat. There's no need to have Hobbs still with factions. Like,
yeah, probably
let that man be his own man.
Take champs now, right? And we don't need the Hurt Syndicate too big. Hurt Syndicate has room for one more person, max. And I say max. They might
2. Oh, or actually, you know what? No, 3. I'm going to say 3. 2 dudes and a woman.
I would like to see.
I'm fine with it being on the bigger side.
Queen Aminata part of that group?
I think Queen Aminata. I think that, and the way you do that, okay. Now we're getting way off. I think you do Queen Aminata, and what you do is whenever, because I don't know how far out she is, but whenever Sky Blue comes back, because they're very, you see it on like all their socials about how close of friends they are, right? You know?
Yeah.
They even had it when Sky Blue got attacked, and they're in Chicago and by Mariah May. Queen Aminata came out to her rescue, and that started the thing with Mariah, So Queen Aminata turns on Sky Blue to join the Syndicate.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah.
Or hell,
I'd like to see it be a little bit on the bigger side and be involved in like different feuds where it's not always them all together. Like, kind of like the NWO was back in the day. Like sometimes Vincent was just on NWO business on his own. Like Hogan wasn't there to back him up. That's okay.
You're thinking more like Don Callis Family-esque, right?
Yeah,
the way they're dividing and conquering. Okay.
Which we had Don Callis Family shenanigans too. But let's go ahead and let's move on to the very first match of the night, gentlemen. This was Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin going up against the newly named Death Riders. And by the way, that is 5 million times better than the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah.
I love the name Death Rider.
At least they have a guy from the UK in it now.
I was going to say, are you just saying that because they named that because it was William Regal and then he immediately left and they kept the name?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can't just rename it since he left. But no, Death Riders is just, because he has a move called the Death Rider. I'm like, that would be such a great faction name. And then here we are, it's a great faction name.
I think it's a great name. It fits them perfectly. I mean, it was his tag team name with Sami Callihan, too. So,
yeah.
My question is this, gentlemen.
Yeah.
What in God's green earth is in that damn briefcase that Marina Shafir is holding?
I thought it was the AEW World title. Although it doesn't quite look big enough, but I think that's what it's supposed to be.
I think...
Belt. 100% the belt.
You think it's the belt? Okay.
Yeah, what else would it be?
That's the soul of
thing.
Shane McMahon? What? Like,
who knows?
Is this a Pulp Fiction thing?
It's just a glowing something. We don't know what it is.
What if they did a Pulp Fiction thing and you never find out what's in the briefcase, but it glows every time you open it?
Yeah, or they always open it like the back of someone on the stage opens it up, and then it cuts to cuts to commercial.
Yeah, then you have like somebody steals it. That'd be so great. Somebody steals it, and then Moxley has it. It's like, what does Shane McMahon look like? What? Say what again, motherfucker? Say it one more time. Like, oh my god, that'd be the best. Does he look like a bitch?
Still on the Shane McMahon kick, man. Come on, dude. Get over it.
I like to think that briefcase is the old Halliburton from late 90s WCW.
Anyway.
It's got Mongo's ashes in it.
Mongo's ashes.
So, did you guys enjoy this match? Or did you guys enjoy this like 20 minutes of Claudio ragdolling every motherfucker in the ring?
When he gorilla pressed Darby into the turnbuckle on the outside, I thought Darby died. This was phenomenal.
I mean, he did switch gut wrench suplexes into backbreakers, like consequentially 4 of them on Orange Cassidy to open the match.
So good.
God bless you, Claudio Castagnoli.
So First time ever we had a typical Darby Allin match as a tag team match, though.
What did you think of it, Jamie? Because I actually rather enjoyed them in this match, including Darby.
So here we go, Fantasy Booking Island with Jamie.
Oh, Jesus.
There was a little subtle thing that I noticed that I think is going to give me my NWO moment, gentlemen.
Okay.
What color pants was Orange Cassidy wearing?
Black.
When have you ever seen him wear black pants before?
He's been wearing black last few
He's been
weeks.
wearing it a few times.
I know, ever since all this stuff happened. Dude, like, they wear all black.
Okay. Well, they don't. They wear white T-shirts. That's their whole.
He's gonna Hogan it, man. He's gonna leg drop Darby Allin.
Bryan Danielson, Peter Griffin pants sometimes.
You watch. He's gonna turn. He's gonna form the NWO.
Yeah, I think he's gonna lose to Mox at Full Gear and then join them afterwards, which makes sense because Orange Cassidy's in his 40s. Like, jump in with the guys pushing the younger generation because you're not the younger generation.
Yeah. And as much as I hate the idea of Darby Allin as champion, it's gonna happen.
It makes the most sense. It works.
It does.
The thing is, though, you don't have to have it for long. Because there's a man with a contract that can upend a Darby Allin reign in a matter of moments.
I freaking love Christian Cage right now.
Let's go into Christian because this is
he
probably...
does the Lord's work, gentlemen. He just does the Lord's work. And then you had Hook. Whatevs. I really don't care about Hook. I care more about what Christian was saying.
First of all, he calls. I have this. My whole notes on this whole segment was nothing but quotes. Okay. So Kip Sabian's formally in the patriarchy, and why is that? Because he is, quote, a fatherless loser, just looking for some guidance, just like the rest of you. He also did more for me than any of my other sons ever have, talking about how he prevented him from mistakenly cashing in his title shot. I mean, of course, then the Hook thing, he needs a son like Hook. That's why he did what he did to Taz, and ends it with, "I wish your father was dead."
Perfect.
So, while we're fantasy booking things,
let's go.
Clearly, during this segment, they're starting to tease dissension between Christian and Nick Cage. He's pushing him out for his new son. Not Nick Cage, Nick Wayne.
It's not just me, see? Ha-ha!
Let's go.
Oh, Nick Cage. Let's start watching some Nick Cage movie. That's a whole other thing. We'll
oh, Jesus. I could go on for hours.
Too much Batman tonight. We'll do Nick Cage another time.
Yeah,
so, like, clearly they're teasing Christian pushing Nick Wayne out and moving towards Kip Sabian. But you don't have to tell that story right away. You can build that for a long time. All the while you're getting through DC building to Mox and Darby.
There we go.
Darby beats Mox for the title. Christian immediately cashes in and steals it. And then Nick Wayne ends up turning face to help Darby win it back. And then you bring Nick Wayne and Darby right back together where they started.
Are you ready to break Nick Wayne off? I mean, we've been praising the development, the way they've been treating the Nick Wayne, kind of like the protege situation. Do you think they're ready for him to run on his own?
Yeah, I think you can get him back into something with someone else not too later on. And also in this scenario, you're loosely associating with Darby, so you got him back.
You're not really putting him out to sea.
Yeah, you're leaving the training wheels on a bit. But also, Nick Wayne's been around for a minute now. He's been a valuable part of your roster. Like, you can start pushing him into other things. Give him a little test run on his own.
Yeah, give him maybe an ROH run.
That wouldn't be bad either.
That'd be a great thing. I mean, it worked for Billy before she got injured,
She's back now, by the way.
Oh, she's back now?
And if he starts to flounder, just throw him in another faction. Because he'll, turn him heel again.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it doesn't work, yeah.
Well, I mean, think about it. That's kind of the recipe they did with Perry, with Jack Perry, right?
Yeah.
They realized they had gold right there with the whole Jurassic Express thing, and so they put them together, and then they tried to kind of get him out on his own. It didn't work, so they retooled it. They did some different things, but okay, I'm with you on that. I am with you on that.
Dig it. So, what during this match, of course, you did. Sorry, back to the Death Riders. We did happen to have a Wheeler Yuta and China Shafir moment there, and I love the fact that anytime that Jon Moxley is talking, China Shafir is just right there.
I think it's good because I've always liked Marina, even back in. They didn't handle the rest of the horsewomen well,
Marina.
you know, in NXT, you know, her and Jessamine Duke, they didn't handle them well at all. And I've always liked Marina. I thought she's got so much good natural skill. What?
I mean, China.
Yes, China. Sorry.
Thank you. I'm making it happen.
Okay, sure. But I've always liked her. I thought that she has good skill. Personality needed work, and they finally have just like, oh yeah, we can have her not talk and just beat the shit out of people. Duh.
Yeah. Not only does she not have to talk, she doesn't have to wrestle, and she's not terrible, but she's just not really someone you need to feature in the ring regularly. But she's got something, and this is the perfect way to have her on the show and be like an important piece of the show.
Exactly. And Big Rob said it best. NPC of the year. But how about the heat for Wheeler? Wheeler was getting real heat from the crowd.
And it's funny because he's the one who's going through the most stuff in his head. Like, I can see him jumping ship, and it's like a complete role reversal where Wheeler's trying to help Orange, and Orange turns on him in order to join. I think that would be the most poetic thing of all time.
I don't really
yay!
I don't care which way they go in. I just see that Wheeler's getting the most out of this by far.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is
Yeah.
great.
And I think some people, it just takes a really good storyline to really get him over. And Wheeler Yuta's been around for a while. It's not like the crowd doesn't care about him. He's very good in the ring. He's reasonably over, but sometimes it just takes a good story to kind of push someone over the top. And they seem to be doing that for Wheeler Yuta here.
Speaking of pushing people over the top, we had a Fight Without Honors trios match, gentlemen.
Sure did.
With the conglomeration, that's Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, and Tomohiro Ishii. I love the Ishii. Never mind. The double vowels, it pops me. I don't know why. Going up against Chris Jericho, the Nueve, and the Learning Tree. Gentlemen,
this was a better ladder match than the ladder match that him and Mark Briscoe had three weeks ago or whatever it was.
That's a hot take.
No, that was last week. What? No, 2 weeks ago. I think
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
It was fairly recent.
That's a hot take.
Fine.
I think that you have the added luxury of having, Big Bill and Ryan Keith there. Keith looked great. Okay. And it was all the typical spots, big up in there, and then, double table drop with Big Bill and Kyle O'Reilly. Briscoe's froggy bow off the ladder onto the table. That's what I'm getting at. That was better than anything that was done in the ladder match a few weeks ago. But
so I think the thing is, this week you had some other really cool matches advertised. And this got to just kind of be the neat little gimmick match in the middle. It was perfectly fine TV match. Nothing crazy, but certainly watchable. Whereas 2 weeks ago when they did that ladder match, there wasn't as much on that show. And that was more of a feature of the show. And it just kind of let down for the position it was put in.
Yeah, I agree. So after that, we had the Jon Moxley thing we already talked about. Then we had Malachi Black versus Adam Cole. And this match was good. Don't get me wrong. It was just weird.
Yep.
That's probably the best way I could put it.
Remember me talking about that crowd earlier and how I was going to come back to it?
Yeah.
Let's come back to it. Because they were into parts of this match, but not the parts you want them to be into. Like the big ending was fantastic. Like if you just remove everything and watch nothing but just the two, don't listen to anything, just watch the two of them. That ending was great, right? The flurry of moves back and forth, Malachi begging for, the kill shot and getting it, And that part, the crowd was dead, but they were up. They were just, this wasn't the only match where they did that. They were just kind of weird throughout the whole thing, which made the match feel different. I thought this was actually a very good match, probably Adam Cole's best match since he's been back.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But it's just weird. Like, I don't feel like they did a good enough job of setting up Malachi's, getting the voices out of my head thing. Like, he's kind of like said it in passing because it happened on Collision and not a whole lot of people watch Collision. I'm just being honest.
Stop trying to make Collision happen. It's not a thing.
Dude, they try to make Rampage happen. No, but he hits the boom on a crisscross applesauce, Malachi Black. And then they don't shake hands, they hug it out, which I thought was great. But then it's like, does this mean the House of Black's dead now? Like, I don't know what's going on now. Like, I am thoroughly
Well, it can't be because
they're wrestling FTR and on Collision or the next Collision.
Yeah.
Like, they advertised them for a future match earlier in the show.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird, right? Like, I don't get the voices out of my head. Like, would he turn to Randy Orton?
Yeah, like this certainly
felt
wasn't
like a
highlight
send-off.
of the night, but it was fine.
Big Rob asked if that was a send-off. It felt like a send-off, but as far as I know, he's not leaving. At least not yet.
Yeah, they literally advertised. They did their little rundown of we're coming to this town and this town, and they advertised a match with each town, and one of them was FTR versus House of Black.
Okay. Well, I mean, it might just be Buddy and
Brody.
Brody.
I like to think in House of Black lore, Buddy and Brody don't talk to each other. Like they're both cool with Malachi Black, but like they don't hate each other. They just don't interact at all. Malachi Black leaves and there's a promo of them just standing in their little dark room staring at each other, just shrugging. They just walk their separate ways.
I mean, that'd be amazing.
It'd pop me for sure.
And on the other hand, and this actually might be what it was, because they made a big deal multiple times throughout the match, letting us know that Adam Cole's never beaten Malachi Black one-on-one, which I think he did in NXT, right? Maybe not.
Yeah, I can't remember. That was kind of like when I stopped watching the Black and Gold era, as regularly.
I don't remember, but they made a big deal of it. So this could have been that kind of just the one-offness, right? Don't read anything into the Malachi bit. That was just a batch he had, right? It was about Adam Cole.
Yeah. Well, after the match, he had story time with Adam Cole, baby. And now he's got 2 wins. Roddy's about to get his second win, yada, yada, yada. Well, if both of them happen to get 3 wins, and guess what? It's become a triple threat. We all agree that was going to be the thing, and that's what's going to happen. And then you get MJF looking furious with very dark hair, by the way. And he makes a quick phone call and says, I need you to pay somebody a visit. Who, gentlemen? Who did he call? I want to know who you think he called. I think it's obvious.
Well,
they revealed it later in the night.
We saw it literally 15 minutes later.
What?
Yeah.
What? Who was that? So let me ask you this. Your initial... Sorry, I had to do that.
So before we saw it, what did you think it was? Yes.
Yeah, your initial thought. Because, I mean, it was Duke Jacobs, by the way. That's who it was, for anybody who doesn't know. Duke Jacobs.
Honestly, unfortunately, my mind went immediately to Wardlow.
Same.
Okay. All right. It wasn't just me.
Poor daddy.
And I'm like,
that would have been...
Damn it.
that would have been good storytelling.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it won't happen eventually.
The only real good thing Wardlow's done was been with MJF, right? Both for and against him. Moved him away from MJF and War Daddy no.
Well, after Wardlow was awkwardly in the Undisputed Kingdom for a minute there, like now you got a storyline reason for him to go back to MJF. He went out in the world and the world was mean to him, so he went back to his only friend.
Yeah. Or he got broke again, so he had to get money, and then
Even better, he's now re-employed.
Yes.
Hey, he realized wrestling's a cruel business. It's better to just keep getting paid.
And wrestling
that's
also,
a good heel character.
Wrestling also is a repetitious business, so we won't mind.
So after this, gentlemen, we had
flurry of promos.
Jay White promo that got interrupted within 5 words of it.
Like nobody should take an interview from Renee in the middle of a show backstage.
Like, yeah, definitely not backstage.
If you take an interview with
on the set,
if you're on the set, you're cool. But if you're just randomly backstage and Renee wants to talk to you, like, no, I don't want to get jumped, Renee. Thank you.
Yeah, you're bad luck, Renee. But yeah, so then they started fighting. But Jay White did happen to get the upper hand because Rock Hard Juice Robinson, baby.
Juice.
Can he get a proper push now? Like, can he be the guy? Not Jay. I love Jay, but I'm a Juice guy.
I want Juice in the Continental Classic.
Yes.
And to win the damn thing.
I wouldn't go that far. And I love Juice Robinson.
Dude, that'd be such a great story.
I'd put him up to the finals against Okada.
I would give him a few wins, but like he doesn't have to win too much. Just give him something that establishes him a little closer to the top. Because you need good mid-card guys. Like Juice Robinson should be someone that gets his fair share of wins, but like isn't unbeatable or getting a mega push. He just needs a slight upgrade from Lackey, which is what he's been. I know he was hurt for a while, but that's kind of like been his role for a lot of the time.
Yeah. But here's my whole take on this whole thing is that, and again, we're not taking one crowd, and this crowd, like we've already talked about, is a little bit like they were here and there, whatever. You know, it was a good crowd overall, though. But I think it's indicative of the AEW universe. Juice is starting to get over. The catchphrase is getting over now. The guns up. 2 words for you, guns up, right? Like, the Jay White thing is starting to work, right? If you rewind us back, Jamie, let's go back in time to the Switchblade, beginning of the Switchblade era of the Bullet Club, right? The world wasn't enthralled with the Switchblade, as leader of Bullet Club for a while.
Yeah,
but
take a minute.
Consistency is that man's key. He knew that eventually everybody was going to come around, and boy, did we ever come around to his ass, right? And
so I got to amend my statement
again, boys. I'm just saying.
I got to amend my statement about the Continental Classic. There is one scenario which I would like to see Juice in the finals, and that's if Switchblade is on the other side of the finals.
Great, Tim and Jay. Oh, that would be.
Now, that depends on how you want to fill it out, because last year was like a lot closer to the top guys. Maybe this year you separate your upper guys. You get more of that kind of upper mid-card tier, but I would like to see them in the finals of the Continental Classic. Still as friends and still as faces, but like facing each other.
They had the video promo later on with Okada where he's going to be putting the title back on the line through the Continental Championship because he wants to surpass and become the greatest, tournament wrestler of all time, right? So anybody you put in there is on the line item with Okada. So I don't consider that a mid-card necessarily.
Yeah, I watched the Okada promo, but I was also checking up on basketball scores. So, I didn't hear that part.
That's what it was. That's what the promo was. Basically,
okay.
he wants to be the greatest tournament wrestler of all time, and that's why the Continental Classic starting up is going to be for his title. He's going to be in it. Yeah, there you go.
Do you think they do the finals in the Tokyo Dome?
That would be awesome. I would be in on that.
Boy, they'd have to do okay. Okay.
That means you have to fire it up like tomorrow.
Well, that's my thing is that we are a little over 2 weeks out from Full Gear. They're not going to abandon the push for Full Gear. So that Wednesday after, are they just going to go balls to the wall? What you want to see on your TV, Austin Reddick, Continental Classic, all night, every night,
time of the year.
for the month of December. I feel like it. If they want to do a Tokyo Dome, that's the time to do it.
They need to do a women's continental tournament this year too.
Sure should do.
They got the talent for it.
They announced no dates, no expectation other than it's coming and Okada's going to be in there with this title's going to be on, naturally. That's all we know.
I wouldn't mind seeing like a first matchup at Full Gear. Like just a reason to have a banger you wouldn't otherwise throw on the card. Throw two guys you want to see wrestle each other. Just make it first matchup of the Continental Classic.
Yeah, you throw like Juice versus Jay Lethal, whoever.
You could even announce Switchblade and Hanger as a first round match Continental Classic, like the Go Home Dynamite. Release your brackets and announce that their match is a first. Like, just put some more stakes on it for the pay-per-view.
That'd be interesting. Okay.
And then, did you guys also catch that Jay White said he's gonna be the first person to make Hanger tap out?
I did. I know you caught it, Jamie. I was waiting for you. I was giving
that
you
made me happy.
That nugget there.
I'm just trying to think of all the submissions in Jay White's repertoire. He doesn't have too many. He's got that weird leg lock.
Yeah, it's like a reverse one-legged figure four.
It was the one that Edge used for a hot minute.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I always forget what that's called. FTR does that a lot too.
Yes, thank you.
Doesn't he do a variation of rear naked choke? Or he has maybe in the past. Maybe that's what who knows?
I don't even know. Maybe.
It's Jay White. Jay White could do damn near anything. Him and his 43 abs.
100%. 100%.
Continental Classic. It's gonna be so good.
Oh,
it's the most wonderful time of the year. Chris Stanley, ladies and gentlemen, officially getting a shot at Mercedes Moné.
Well, hold on. Before that, this is when Duke Jacobs showed up.
Oh.
And he went up to Don Callis and gave him an envelope full of cash and the recently refound Dynamite diamond ring, which I thought somebody said they pawned it.
Dan Garcia pawned it, but he said that he went when he attacked. Yeah. He said he went and found it in Buffalo and bought it back, and yeah.
So dumb.
Anyway, it's kayfabed in.
Yeah. The guy plays a voicemail from MJF's just saying, "Hey, take care of Adam Cole before Full Gear," and threatens for him to get the job done. So obviously the Don Callis family is now after Adam Cole, baby. And that is actually the next match because Adam Cole versus Takeshita has been announced for next week?
Next week.
Yep.
I'm a little disappointed because I would have loved the twist to be maybe they just go out to go do a hit on him or something, whatever, right? And then Roddy wins his second match. And it's announced that the third match is Cole versus Roddy. I just love that so much more, right? But whatever.
See, if they were smart, and also I want to get your opinion. I think what they should do is like his next match, run in and not attack him, but attack the other guy. So then the other guy wins via disqualification. so that he never wins. Like he keeps losing that way because they keep making him lose.
And it could be that. You never know. I mean, Don Callis Family is shady.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure next week's match is ending with the Callis family running in and just dog walking Adam Cole and him technically winning by DQ, but getting compromised and then selling some injury into the pay-per-view. That because like I also don't want to see Takeshita lose that match. Like you got him on the rise. I think that hurts him.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be better to put Kyle in that match if you're going to have somebody that will lose to Adam Cole, right? Because Kyle can eat losses. His character is independent of wins and losses right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree. So now we get to Penelope Ford versus Jamie Hayter.
No, Chris Statlander.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Chris Statlander getting hit by a damn car.
Almost getting hit by a damn car.
The incompetent lackey missed.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Camille.
And that's why I wanted to dwell on this, because Jamie, they are definitely making Camille not the Sheasel.
So dumb. They are missing an opportunity, man. I'm sorry.
I like them. I like them much better as the women's roster equivalent of Pinky and the Brain.
Yes.
Or they got the shit. That's more your flavor.
I mean, Chris, like, she smashes Camille's arm in the door, and then does a choke slam of body slam of Mercedes onto the hood of an Escalade, which is up to here. If y'all don't know, that motherfuckers are tall. Those, that's impressive. But I love that because it's slightly comedic, and it's a good thing because just the annoying brash Mercedes only goes so far. So.
Yeah, it gives them more character, and it makes them more interesting every time they're on your TV.
Yeah.
All right. Now we go into the match.
Yeah, now we got Penelope Ford versus Jamie Hayter. Penelope's first match in 18 months or whatever it is, or 2 years. It's been a hot minute. Versus Jamie Hayter. Solid match, not great, not terrible. Obviously Jamie Hayter gets the win. No surprise.
Hayter gets the win. Hayter's getting good pop from the crowd too. Okay.
Yep.
I think that this is the beginning of turning her attention. I still don't get. Okay, I think I figured it out. I won't mind the whole like Beatles flower child thing. It's just such a juxtaposition about like her music. And these things just don't connect. And I think that's my problem with it.
I agree.
I don't like it, but
I don't like it.
Hayter looked really good, and Penelope looked fine. She's good for being off for 2 years, right? She did her back. Her big things are her flexibility. So she's like the backflip, slam back in and high kicks and the kind of the reverse spider crawl thing.
Yeah, the backbend into the cutter was dope.
Yeah. So I mean, Penelope looked good, but it is about building Hayter up. I think they did a good job with that. Now I'm not saying she's ready to challenge for the title next week, but if you're going to put her into that path, you need to make it, and you need to give her that. Remind the AEW fan base why they fell in love and turned her into a big baby face in the first place. So I think I felt some of that tonight, just a little bit, but I felt a little bit of that tonight.
Yeah, it's time to do something meaningful with Hayter. She's been back for a fiscal quarter now. You've had her in some just kind of throwaway storylines. It's been fine. You slat her on TV, slat her winning, but like it's time to do something meaningful with Jamie Hayter.
So I agree. I think this is the beginning because the whole Mina Shirakawa thing got announced right after this, right?
Immediately, like match Shirakawa commercial.
So here's the thing. That, and then you had the quick little Tony Storm thing, right? Like that was just a little baby hint in there. I think this is what I think is gonna happen. Mina's gonna side with Mariah. Makes the most sense. Make Mina a heel. Makes total sense.
Total sense. Tony's
gonna need somebody on her side. That's gonna be Miss Jamie Hayter. Then you got her up in there. Then you're able to have singles matches. And then eventually she gets her title shot and reclaims her title. And it won't be Tony who gets the title. It'll be Jamie who gets the title. That's my thoughts.
So I think something similar to that. I could see them doing either a 4-way or a triple threat where it's Tony, Jamie Hayter, and Mariah, and that's how Mariah keeps the belt for another pay-per-view. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Mariah May keep finding ways to retain that title every time you think she's going to lose.
For what it's worth, Tony is part of that group that caused Jamie Hayter to miss all this time. Yes, she's a different woman now. She's still part of that group. So
yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a 4-way between all of them at Full Gear.
I don't think, and I like the idea of what Jamie threw out there, but the relationship between Tony and Jamie is going to be tenuous as it should be because Jamie's still got her eyes on Tony because Tony helped cause that. She wants the title, but she also wants retribution, right? The whole Liv Morgan type of arc, right? You know, and Tony's one of those people. And I think that they're missing a golden opportunity if they just kind of patch it up and move on. Because Tony's hot. Jamie, when she's on top, she's as hot as any woman there is, okay? And you're printing money, honestly, you know, if you do this right between the two of them. Plus, you add in Mariah and Mina into this fold. Oh, it's gold. It's actually good. Actually good stuff. Not NXT women's division good yet, but pretty close.
Yeah, I'm here for that.
100%. Either way, I feel like this is the moment that she gets thrust into the main event picture where she belongs.
You thinking maybe for a Melbourne show? That's in February. Melbourne Grand Slam.
I think they're doing a 4-way for the title at Full Gear.
I would love that. And then you could keep running that and make it a long burn. You know?
Yeah, and then you can pair them off from there, and you have the loose relationship with Tony and Jamie, and you've got Mina and Ryan on the other side, and you can run with that for a while.
I think you could run with that, and then let's say Tony gets the belt back from Mariah, only to have to put it up against Jamie in Melbourne.
Yeah,
that would be stellar.
Well, Tony's got to be the one who wrestles in Melbourne.
Tony's going to be involved in that match.
You wrestle Jamie Hayter in Melbourne.
Yeah, but then
yes,
you're making her lose.
Oh, you absolutely can.
You can't have Tony lose.
Yeah,
sure you can.
No.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, you can, but it's the first pay-per-view type event that's happened in Australia.
Yeah.
People will riot.
What if Tony Storm and Jamie Hayter main events? And Jamie Hayter just wins in a good competitive back and forth match, and they shake hands afterwards. Like, no one's gonna get mad about that.
Not everybody needs the British Bulldog moment, okay?
But that's what AEW is known for. Like,
where was
Brian?
Have
done that so many times.
Where did Bryan Danielson have his final match as a regular competitor?
But that's different.
Oh, why is that different? Okay, let me know.
Because he wanted to retire in his hometown. He wanted to end it there. Maybe not by being able to suffocate by Wheeler, but you know.
Well, here's the thing: you're never going to have. When you come at this, you're looking at something akin to, and I can't even believe I'm going back to this reference, but it is one of my favorite matches of all time. Even though one of the men in the match is a flaming piece of shit and a hopeless racist that, you know, should never be praised. But WrestleMania 6, Warrior Hogan, okay? Who is the heel in that match?
Hogan's always the heel.
Well, not in real life, in the match. There wasn't one.
Even babyface Hogan was still pretty much a heel. Everyone just liked him.
True. But what I'm saying is that, you know, the storyline doesn't need to have that, right? This is even if we're going along with your arc that Jamie, that you put out there, and Austin, you amended it a little bit, but you have this kind of tenuous relationship teaming up, leading to that, right? And it's a proving ground. And I don't know. I think if they do it right, you can have it go either way, to be honest with you, right? Does Jamie Hayter not getting the title back from Tony, totally invalidate her return? No, I don't think so. But if she takes the belt back from Tony in Australia, is that bad for Tony? I don't think so either.
Tony you lost, but you just don't eat it in Australia. You don't go to Australia very often, man. And you're trying to compare Tacoma, Washington to Australia.
We're talking about hometowns.
Here's the thing. If it makes sense for what you've been telling on your stories to have something like the big hometown babyface win, cool. But you don't force your stories to make that happen just because you're going to be in their hometown. Tony had a year-long reign just about. That was awesome. She just dropped the title in August. She doesn't need another long reign. She can take it off Mariah in January or even December, something like that.
A month later.
And then drop it to Jamie Hayter. That title does not need to be stuck on someone for a super long time. I'd like to see Mariah get a few more defenses. But yeah, you could put it on Tony around the beginning of the year, have Hayter beat her for it at Melbourne. They're baby faces, and maybe that's the thing that gets Tony Storm to start moving away from being timeless. Like losing in her hometown.
All right.
Everybody, yeah.
Revolution. He's gonna lose the Revolution. She's not losing. I'm calling now. She's not losing Australia.
All right.
I'll put my belt up on that.
Tony Storm is from New South Wales, Sydney, Melbourne. It's like saying somebody's, you don't know America, and you're talking about this Texan losing something in New York is like it's their hometown. Okay, it's to be.
Okay, I mean hometown in the scope of pro wrestling, where it's like if you're from a different country and you're one of the few of that roster, that country will accept you.
I understand that. I'm not disputing that, but I just want to be, for what it's worth. And yes, she's been in there. She's been in Australia the whole time promoting AEW, so my argument's invalid. I know, but I'm all for it. Well, I just want to see them. I think that they're starting to move to do something with it. And then with Mina, I'm with you. I think that this is the time to buddy all these women together and make some good match magic.
All right. So after this, gentlemen, you had the main event.
Sure did.
Kensuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher, the Protostar, which I like his new look, by the way. I'm all over that.
Yeah.
And Ricochet and his partner, which everybody and their mother online was like, Will Ospreay's back. Well, Will was back, but not Ospreay. Will, mother effing Hobbs, rolled out there looking more chiseled than ever, more shredded than Julian Saub, man. He just came out there.
Oh, that's been a hot minute since we got one of those. Match. I like the explanation of Will Hobbs no longer in the Don Callis family, right? As of October 4th, his contract with Don Callis expired. He was just because and they even built it up to your point, Austin, the story, right? They even built it up a little bit earlier, talking about the success of Don Callis's new tag team. Lance Archer and Brian Cage, which I'm not gonna lie, I actually really like them as a tag team. I think that's really good.
Yeah, it's a good use for both of them.
Absolutely. So Will's back. Will looks good. Looks like he hasn't missed it. Looks like he hasn't missed a beat, to be honest with you.
And the moonsault off of his back over the rope by Ricochet. Come on now.
That was so good.
Come on now.
I love that they did the Ricochet and Hurt Syndicate tease earlier in the night. So you thought maybe Shelton is going to come out and be his partner.
Yeah, or Bobby's first match,
Just enough to throw you off. So there's a legitimate surprise when Hobbs comes out.
No, that's the slow burn. That's that slow burn. The Hurt Syndicate with him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to happen later on. But yeah.
So after that, gentlemen, the match happened. Match was great. Ricochet ends up getting the win, but that's not where the fun stops.
He pins Takeshita, by the way.
He does pin Takeshita.
Because he ain't winning that title at the pay-per-view. And that's what's going to cause him to join the Hurt Syndicate.
Think so.
Another opportunity, doesn't get the job done. Why not turn to evil? Pro Wrestling 101, baby.
But to Jamie's point, after the match, that's when all hell breaks loose.
Yes. So after the match, gentlemen, that's when things just kind of start coming off the rails. Obviously, the Don Callis family was not happy about it, but then here comes Mark Davis to nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean nothing.
Yeah, no one cares about Mark Davis. Doesn't mean he won't eventually.
Awkward.
It doesn't mean they can't build him up, but like he wasn't a big attraction or like really a star. Like he was part of a cool tag team, but then he left for a long time. Like you gotta build that up. You gotta give us a reason to care about him.
Yeah. Well, he comes out, he gets jumped by Brian Cage and Lance Archer. So they start going after him, and then cue one more song, gentlemen. That's elevated. Yes, Will Ospreay comes, hits the.
Well, you had a quick Adam Cole interruption.
Oh yeah, we had a quick Adam Cole and Takeshita thing, so they went off to the back because they have their match. That was a nice little baby touch there. But then yes, we have Will Ospreay show up. He's out there. They end up getting Kyle Fletcher in the middle. Like a few of them hit some big moves. They were getting ready. He's getting ready to get hidden bladed, and he just ducked and rolled out, which I thought was a very nice touch.
So good,
fucking beautiful, dude. Like as soon as I saw, it, I'm like, yes.
What is that?
What is what?
Oh, that's a pin I'm going to release. The ending shot of tonight's episode of Dynamite, ladies and gentlemen, is what AEW should do with these gentlemen. If not for Full Gear, I don't know who's in matches and who's not. I'm not going to lie. Very soon. A traditional Survivor Series-esque match between the Don Callis family, Davis, Ricochet, Will Hobbs, Will Ospreay. Let's fucking go. All right.
It's kind of terrible timing though, because the Survivor Series is literally this month.
I know. That's why you do it, because they're not going to do it over there. We know this, right, Austin? They're not going to do it over there. Let's do it.
I just hope it gets done somewhere. Like, give me some 4-on-4 elimination tags.
I see it. I'd love it.
I mean, that's what you call it, because that's what it is. It'll be a 4-on-4 elimination tag team match.
Survival of the fittest. I like that big Rob.
Fantastic, Rob. Thank you, buddy.
That's a good one.
Sorry.
That's a good one.
See, as much as I love a 4-on-4 elimination tag, I actually like that more as a throwaway, like the old Survivor Series style, where it's like, here's some bad guys, here's some good guys, we're just throwing them out there. I feel like for a 4-on-4 like this, I'd rather see it be one fall to a finish, where you get the crazy waterfalls, and then the finish comes out of nowhere.
But have it like have an 8-man tag, but it's one fall.
Not elimination. Yeah,
and since it's 8-man, there's no DQ, no nothing, so it's just all hell would just be. It'd be.
I mean, and look who you have in this. I mean, yeah, the men you have in that match. Oh, Jesus Christ, man, the things they could do. But you got the flippy spinnies and the big meaty men. I mean, come on. And the big meaty men are big mobile meaty men.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
So where do we sign? Let's make that happen. Tony Khan, you watch the show because you stole like 8 of our ideas. Or sorry, borrowed them. Make it happen, man.
Make it happen. Tony. We even gave you Big Rob even gave you a title, Survival of the Fittest, right?
Like, he at least give us free tickets or something, you know?
Help us out with this.
Just get the arena to call Jamie back about a switch.
Yeah, help us out with this damn luxury box.
Or send me a God blessed email.
All
They
right.
said, "Oh, would you like a follow-up email?" Well, yes. With payment information? Well, yes, we'll send that. Never saw a damn thing. And I've called twice now.
That's so weird because the people that sell that stuff, they work on a commission. Like, that's their job is to sell
I
those.
know.
Seems like they don't care. Miss Molly, I'm calling you out, Molly. Because you're the person I talked to both times. And you said you didn't remember talking to me the first time, and I wrote your name down. I'm like, oh, that's funny, Molly. Is there another Molly that works here? Oh, no, it's only me. Oh, okay. But yeah, so
Talking to a man who used to work in sales and two other men who currently do work in sales. It's like,
You see, here's the thing, Molly. Normally, when you ghost a customer, you got a 50-50 chance that they just won't come back. But what you don't realize about Jamie is he's a genetic freak. I'm not going to go to the whole promo.
so you have at best, a 1 in 3 chance that he's not going to call back. But then you add the podcast into the mix. So you got two other guys, and your chances go down substantially. So you take your 33 and a third % chance that he's not going to call you back, add in their 66 and a 6% chance that he's not. So together, you have a 13 and a third chance that he's not going to call you back. But then you add Kurt Angle, and you know he's not going to call you back because he's afraid of Jamie. So you take that and you monopolize it by 3, you have a 4 and 4/15 chance that Jamie won't call you back.
That sounds like a tough love speech you're giving one of your friends who's a female that's like hung up on some dude that's just not like talking to her.
I can't do accents and
that's how I feel right now.
Yeah.
I'm getting ghosted by Molly.
I that's my favorite copy pasta. I use that shit all over the place. Like Twitch chat and other things. I started like throwing that in there, and you meet the marks out in the world because you'll get somebody that goes big. Oh yeah, preach or big Papa Pump. Anyway. Well, boys, that was wrestling for the week.
I mean, NXT happened tonight too. I recorded it. I'm gonna watch it, but from what I understand, it was a banger. Banger. We had Nunzi. So I know there's some ECW guys. I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown of ECW guys that were there.
Oh.
So we already knew about RVD. That's done.
Right.
We already knew about Francine. Already done there. You had Bubba Ray Dudley, which you already knew, but Devon showed up, and guess what? Yes, they did get the tables. You had Rhino making an appearance. You had full-blooded Italians make their showing. So you had Nunzio, which I thought was great. He actually had a match. Let's see, who else did we have? I already said Don Marie and Francine were both there.
Okay.
Dude, like, it was awesome. Yeah, and then, of course, RVD came out to his music, which, yes, please. His WWE music might be one of the best entrance songs of all time.
Yeah, but him coming out to walk, though, man. Him coming out to walk.
Yeah.
So, all right, gentlemen. We got a little time to kill. I thought this would be fun. Your Mount Rushmore of entrance songs.
Ooh.
But there's one caveat.
Yes.
Stone Cold Steve Austin's cannot be on there.
Okay.
Because that's obviously number 1.
Okay. So, and this is of all wrestling, not just WWE. Yeah. Okay.
Wait. So really quick.
WWE. We'll say siloed WWE.
Are we each going to go through all 4 in a row? Or are we
going
to round robin it?
We're going to do one.
I think round
and if
robin.
someone says one, you got to say a different one.
100%.
All right.
Who's going first?
I always got one in the chamber. Do you want me to go first?
I got one ready to go too, so you go.
Okay.
You thought of the game, you go.
Easy. Triple H's late 90s, My Time is on my Mount Rushmore. I effing love that to this day. So good.
I don't even think that's like in his 3 best themes.
I love it. I think it's better than
it's better than Motorhead?
Oh yeah. I think it's better than Motorhead. I just love
Motorhead
it. I don't know why.
Well, it was fun doing this podcast with you two, Jamie. I mean, it's a shame this is your last week here.
Don't get me wrong, I love Motorhead, but no.
Let me your guy.
I'll go next because I've got one that's tangentially related to that.
Go for it. Go for it.
I'm gonna stay on Triple H, and I'm gonna go with the Evolution theme.
Oh, that's a solid one.
More Motorhead.
Yeah, Motorhead. Yeah.
I was gonna go somewhere else, but out of spite, I'm going. Time to play the game. Motorhead.
Also,
that's his best one. That's his best music. End of sentence. There's no argument. You hear the time to play the game.
Is this on? Come on.
It was so cool.
Who? Come on, man.
I was at WrestleMania 17 when Motorhead played him to the ring.
Oh,
that was one of the coolest things ever.
Oh,
that'd been sick.
That's one. That's one of my buckets that never happened. Right? I would have loved to have seen Motorhead live. I mean, ideally, you see Motorhead in England, right? But I would have loved to see Motorhead live. And just past my time, man. It wasn't going to happen. So,
all right. Second one for me personally.
Wait. Before we go to round 2, Big Rob threw out his 4 in the chat. Let's read those out, and those are now off limits too.
Wait,
that's
what?
Fair.
Okay,
that's totally fine. HBK, god damn it, though.
You knew that. You should have gone with that. You said you had one in the chamber. Why didn't you pull that?
Well, because I knew I was going to start a discourse as soon as I said my time.
All right. Eddie Guerrero's a little broad there, but Big Rob, for those of you listening,
I lie, I cheat, I steal. That's what he's talking about. The low rider one.
All right. So he got the HBK, the classic HBK song, right? Triple H's WrestleMania 2006, okay? Which that was the start of
King of Kings.
King of Kings, thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
And the I Lie, I Cheat, I Steal, Eddie Guerrero, and the classic Bret Hart song, which I'll be honest with you, kudos on the Bret Hart. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
All right, Jamie.
All right. So I'm still safe. I'm still safe. Break the Walls Down, Chris Jericho.
Very good choice. Very good.
That shit's so good. It hits so hard.
Oh, yeah. That's an absolute classic. I'm gonna have to go with one of the more underrated themes of all time. But anytime you hear it, you're like, hell yeah. And that's gonna be Vader's entrance music.
Ooh.
Tom! No, Tom! Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm in.
There are some entrance songs that get you pumped. Some that make you laugh a little bit. Some that make you sing along, And then there's the song that moves you. It is a cultural moment, a centerpiece of magnificence. Words, okay? And it can be summed up with the beginning of a single solitary gong. Classic Undertaker.
Yeah, it's hard to.
I mean,
just
dong.
So many moments that started with that gong and the lights going out.
And his entrance is like 43 minutes long, so you hear the entire organ play through at least 4 times. But it's,
yeah.
I mean, if nothing that screams wrestling, yeah, that's up there. It's got to be.
All right, so I'm on number 3, and so far I'm safe. But I am gonna go HBK adjacent, and I feel like this one is just culturally, wrestling wise, incredibly high on the list, and that is the D Generation X theme.
Good call.
Yeah, that's classic. You really can't mess with that one.
And the same band who did that also did My Time Soap, there.
It's not Rage Against the Machine. Everybody who thought
it's not. It's not.
Okay.
Some random white guy who tries to be Rage.
Are you ready?
My next one, I'm gonna have to go with Kurt Angle's music. That was also the Patriots music before him, but we'll ignore that part of it. But yes.
That's great.
Just the crowd chanting
look
"You
aside.
suck" to it is an all-time great wrestling bit.
It started in Kansas City, I was there.
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
and the fact that he made it his own. Are we on the third one here? Yeah.
Third, yeah.
This is going to be my first one. No surprise. And I asked a question about if this is going to be WWE specific. But the good thing is that this gentleman has wrestled in all that shit and used this song everywhere. The one, the only, the incomparable Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Yeah, it's iconic.
It is iconic. Woo!
So, I hate the man. I'll start that there. But
I mean, this is yeah.
I would be remiss if I didn't say I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. Come on now. Everybody knows that song.
I mean, if you watch wrestling in the 80s, yeah. There's no way.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to throw out it's tied, but it kind of counts as one because everyone says one is a knockoff of the other.
Okay.
My last submission is both the Legion of Doom and Demolition's entrance musics.
Oh, they are exactly the same, pretty
Okay.
much, other than one starts with "What a Rush."
Yeah.
They're very similar, and they're both awesome.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was very close to going with the highly underrated Right to Censor theme. But no. Number 4 for me rises to the top. Like the cream of the crop. Oh, yeah! Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh.
Really? No one picked The Rock. I'm kind of surprised.
I know, but
The Rock is not on my personal Mount Rushmore of themes overall, but I do think his music does have the best theme hitting moment of all time.
Yeah.
Maybe it's tied. Leading into WrestleMania 27, when they were teasing who's going to be the guest host of WrestleMania, and everyone was speculating it was going to be Justin Bieber, and it's at the end of Raw. All the lights go out. There's like little lights flickering on stuff, and then it hits that "If You Smell." Few times in pro wrestling have I ever seen a building just like blow the roof off like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, and that the whole Attitude Era was encompassed by that. To be fair, you already ruled out Steve Austin, and that's the same thing. You hear that glass break. If you smell the single solitary gong, right? I mean, you look at what they did.
You got put in there.
I will say honorable mention to Razor Ramon's theme. I love it.
I thought of that one. I was thinking about throwing that one out there. That one's
I love that. The car crash and then like the bad guy
so perfectly.
Bad guy Chico.
I mean, to be fair, there's a bunch that could, if we're going to make a secondary, small arm, maybe, the Booties Rushmore, right? You got Piper's theme song, right? The bagpipes.
I don't know if
I gotta throw an honorable mention of original heel Doinks theme, where it would start with the clown music and then get all spooky and mysterious.
Yeah, Jamie didn't like that.
What about, now this may be a little bit, but what about CM Punk? Cult of Personality?
I liked his Killswitch Engage theme way better than Cult of Personality.
Yeah, so did I.
I mean,
but I still love Cult of Personality.
The best interest we had was in ROH when he had AFI.
That was so good.
And the fact that they recreated that at Revolution that one year.
Although I still don't think that entrance tops Money in the Bank for the Cena match.
No, I don't think so either. And to be fair, guys, Cena should probably be in consideration.
Oh, yeah, so I was just saying a second ago, like Cena's theme is iconic.
I prefer Thugonomics though. I love Thugonomics. I don't know why. I just loved it
Dude,
way
when
more
he
than I
returned
loved
at the 2008 Rumble, Thugonomics would not have hit nearly as hard as My Time Is Now
Yeah.
for that surprise return.
Yeah.
Well,
good point.
the thing is, My Time Is Now is very much like Stone Cold, Rock, Undertaker, right? I think that's what makes a great theme song is when you have that initial hook, right? You have that quick hook to get you because that's what gets the pop, right? Even Jericho, you know, break the walls. It's like, you know, it's Jericho making a return, or
Wrestling themes are a lost art.
They really are, because honestly, like right now, the only one that I can think of that just slaps hard, like the moment I hear it, is Elevated Will Ospreay's. Like Will Ospreay's just gets me just like, let's go. It's actually on our softball playlist. Like we play it between innings.
Cole's is good for what it does.
I mean, Swerve's
Swerve's pretty good.
is up there.
I mean, the thing is, like, here's the thing: a lot of them have good music for it, right? Like Orange Cassidy, right? He's got freaking Pixies.
I think Hanger's theme is great for him.
Hanger's theme is good for him. I love Malachi's.
Yeah.
So I love Malachi. I mean, the House of Black Music is okay, but what Malachi came out to tonight, his solo music, right? For his character as well, it fits him perfectly, right? But it's so good because that song is just dark and ominous. It's perfect. But
Mark Briscoe's got perfect music for him too.
But I will say, one of my favorite themes of all time, personally, was Aleister Black's NXT theme. Oh,
that was so good.
That song fucked. It was so good.
It was so good.
Oh, they did the live version for NXT. Was it Takeover Portland? I think. Oh my god, dude! He rose up. Sorry.
That era of NXT themes in general were just top tier.
Hell, the Fireflies. Firefly, that song, like the original version of it, dude. Yeah.
Bobby Roode, Glorious.
Even Johnny Gargano's little Midwest emo theme.
Yeah.
Okay,
Glorious,
first of all,
though. Glorious was perfect.
Glorious was great, and Johnny Gargano's thing was actually amazing. It was actually really good.
Even that was good, and that's not like a kind of music I typically listen to. I think Nakamura's might have been the best though.
Oh yes, fuck! How did we miss Nakamura?
In the beginning? Oh, bro.
I mean, that's gotta be up there, right? AJ's has never been good. I've never liked AJ's WWE music. His TNA music was infinitely better, right? The Get Ready to Fly
music grew on me. I hated it at first, but it grew on me.
Whenever they get the catalog and you start watching through TNA, Austin, okay. Check out AJ. AJ had versions of it, right? But it was a song it was a little independent band that they recorded.
Oh yeah, I've heard the TNA theme.
You've heard I Am? Yeah. There's several different versions of it. The Get Ready to Fly is the best version of I Am.
Oh yeah, Big Rob. Chris Benoit's theme was Our Lady Peace. It was called Whatever.
I love Our Lady Peace.
Song. I mean,
Our Lady Peace is so good.
They're so good.
He's such a I feel like I got blur out his name.
Like,
but
the album Clumsy is worth every penny you pay for it, boys. It's so
I remember in high school buying they had like a live performance CD, and I listened to the shit out of that thing. It was so good.
Yeah. Speaking of live performance,
great themes back.
How about R-Truth? Can we give R-Truth an honorable mention here, guys?
I'm
not even just his theme, just in general for existing. R-Truth. Did y'all see the little clip from Raw? I think it was last week's Raw where he's like, "Miss, I'm so glad I found you. I got something for you." And he reached in his pocket and he just slapped him, and he's like, "Why? It's gonna kill you." And he walked off. And then there was one from this Monday where he's walking through the back, like just having weird R-Truth interactions with other people. And he walks into Damian Priest. He's like, "Hey, Damian, man, I just want to say I'm sorry." Damian's like, "For what?" And R-Truth goes, "For kicking you out of the Judgment Day. Tom and Nick were in my head, man. I wasn't thinking right."
Dude, R-Truth is Yeah, R-Truth is just amazing right now.
We don't deserve R-Truth. That's the truth of it.
We absolutely do not.
All right, what we do deserve is to catch up on some fantasy football, boys. So
you're going to say some likes and subscribes because we are entertaining at minimum. And ladies and gentlemen, you are more than welcome. Tell us who your Mount Rushmores of WWE themes are. Cannot use Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme because that's just cheating, in my opinion. But put it out there. You can comment on this video if you're catching it later. Hit us up on Twitter too, man. I always like the little discourse on Twitter.
You say that you can't use that. Not everybody would have that on there, man. Because if you go like classic, you wouldn't have it. Maybe
If I didn't have Stone Cold Steve Austin removed, would it have been on your Mount Rushmore? My answer is yes.
Been on mine.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Probably.
Yes. See.
But not definitely. I said probably.
Oh, bro. Come on now.
I say it would have been, but at the same time, like, I try to treat it more like, think of some just obscure themes I really like. Instead of just like the universally agreed upon best themes of all time.
What about Turn It Up? Oh God, Too Cold. God.
Yeah, Brian Christopher and Sky Tuati.
Sky Tuati. Yeah, it's yeah. Grandmaster Sex A. Yeah, what were they called?
Too cool.
Too cool. Yeah, Turn It Up. Or Kishi's theme, bro. Come on.
I still dread the day that I mistakenly picked the Worm as my finisher in my WWE 2000 fraternity. We had like the thing. I picked the Worm by accident because I may have been drunk when I made my character. And so we're doing our matches, our weekly, because we did weekly shows and then we did pay-per-views once a month. This is the way that, like, in person in the house, all of us got together and did it. We had a card, we had a rundown, we had promos, the whole thing. It was so nerdy, it was fantastic. And yeah, I was in a feud with my fraternity brother and for the hardcore title, and my finisher was the goddamn Worm. And I'm like, why did I pick this? I don't even know why I picked this. That thing took forever. I think I landed it twice.
Yeah, because it get interrupted. Like, that was the thing about that.
It takes like 20 seconds to do the damn thing. It's
just do a rock bottom, call it good. That's such an easy move. Like,
well, the good thing is we could have a faction. So my main character had a terrible finisher, but my enforcer and then my clone and my female, who was one of my fraternity brother's sisters, that was a good joke. They all had good finishers, My enforcer was great because I made him max height, max weight, max everything. It was just like, it wasn't even fair.
All day.
Yeah. I think I did Razor's Edge.
Even better.
Nice.
All right. Fantasy football time, boys. We have some interesting developments, okay?
We certainly do.
We certainly do.
So I want to call your attention. Everyone makes the playoffs, so don't worry about the standings, okay? I do want to point out
standings.
I do want to point out there is a new leader in the Mark Stradamus division. Look who's no longer on top. Woo-hoo! All right.
5 in a row.
Yes. Okay. You mean over here? Yeah. All right. We're gonna talk about that.
You went from worst to first in that league.
Yeah. We are now tied, and there's a reason for that. And speaking of almost tied, let's look at the points for. Okay, I'm gonna highlight here Austin's points for. Austin scored 1,284.3 points. That's a lot of points. And Jamie said, well, hold my club soda. I said club soda because you're 0.2 points ahead. That's not a full beer.
That's right. There is a new champion on the total points, which at the beginning of the year, we both thought it would be us. And at the beginning of the year, like, it wasn't us. And then we made some masterful moves. And look at us now. But if you also go ahead and look at points against, just do that. Just humor me. Humor me on points against. Because you're going to see a top 2 there too.
No, you're not the top 2 there. Nobody scored more points
No, that would be my wife's Air Bears have had the most.
Nobody's had more points scored on them than Heidi Howitzer.
I mean, I did dunk on her pretty hard when I played her.
I mean, I think I dunked on her pretty hard when I played her. I mean, yeah. Everybody.
Yeah, but like I got 1,284 and I've got 1,222 against. And Alex 1,284 with 1,221 against. Like literally, like we're right there.
See, it's good defense. You gotta play that defense. Look who in the league, so Carlos is only allowed 1028, but right behind him, here's JJ. Here's your boy, 1049. Just saying.
Who you got this week?
You.
A little scary right now, isn't it?
I'm getting Nico back this week, so let's not jump to any conclusions here. All right, homie. So this week, Austin did beat me by 4 points, 3.8 points to be exact.
Yeah,
if I would have switched my defense, I would have beat him by 0.6. At one point on Sunday night, because we didn't have anybody on Monday, we both had people playing in the Sunday night game. But at one point, the projection was like 133.4 to 133.3. And I go, fucking tie. This would be great. But no, congratulations. JB was in a surprisingly close match against our friend Carlos, I do want to give it up. Big Rob with the big points for the week. Look at you. 173 points. Good Lord. Well, that Chargers defense kind of helped. Let's be real there. But throwing out the points, and Heidi spanking Megan. Woo.
Yeah.
I helped her upgrade her roster a little bit the other week.
I saw that. Because like when Megan and I were looking, I'm like, oh, you might be all right. And then Megan made a couple changes. I'm like, oh no, I wouldn't have done that. But it's like, oh, it wouldn't have mattered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. And then you have the occasional dud, which I got a couple of those, right? But AJ Brown laying up 5.6 points, stuff's gonna happen. But
he left like early in the game though.
Yeah.
So if you want another dud, I'm just gonna read this for you. Nico Collins did not practice Wednesday. He's eligible to return. There's a chance that he could return, but he has not experienced any setbacks, but he didn't practice on Wednesday, so it remains to be seen if he will be activated or not. So enjoy that.
I think he's expected to play, and he'll just practice on Friday.
And they're probably going to limit him in order to be safe because
that's the exact. I don't care. He's got to catch a few catches. Seriously, I had Rashad Bateman and Romeo Dobbs filling in because I've had guys that are on bye weeks and Nico's been on the IR. I don't care. Him just being on the field gives me more points than I've been able to put up in that extra slot forever. So
he'll come right back in and tear it up.
The thing is, that's Alvin Kamara. That is his exact same report every week for the past 6 weeks.
And he hasn't done anything in the past 6 weeks.
He got like 20 points last week for me. 23 points.
Oh, this is his first game.
I like that. I like that my wife drafted mostly Jets and Bears, but has been bailed out because she also got Saquon Barkley, who's been
she has this. Here's the funny thing. I think she has more Eagles than she actually has Jets. So
for her interesting draft strategy, she has a respectable squad.
Which Eagles still covers the air moniker. So
it's still the Air Bears.
Well, we will see. We will see where we go from here. But how many more weeks do we have left till playoffs, Jamie?
This is week 10?
Yes.
Yeah, coming up is week 10. Yeah.
So we got 4 more weeks till, or 3 weeks.
So this week and then 2 more weeks. So we have 12-week season and then playoffs.
No, we got 14-week season. Sorry, 14-week.
So we have 4 more weeks after this week.
Yeah.
All right. That's fantasy football for this week, guys. That's been the show. So, yeah. That's all we got. Thank you guys for visiting with us here. Again, if you haven't watched our Halloween special from last week, go check it out. It's well worth it. Trust us.
Yeah.
Trust us. But we want to Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you guys giving us some of your time. Again, if this is your first time here, welcome. Please consider hitting the like, subscribe button. Definitely, give us a big thumbs up. Helps out quite a bit. If you want to know when we go live, hey, it's every Wednesday, about a half hour after Dynamite's done. You can hit the bell icon if you just want to get notified for it. We sometimes do pre-shows for local wrestling promotions, so it wouldn't hurt to hit that bell icon because you might catch us live at a different day. But we appreciate you guys for being here. Jamie, take us home, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not down with Total Spotfest, I got 3 words for you. Call me Molly.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Later.